But first, we put a focus on business in Reno, past and future. Many of the local businesses that we have all known for years are making some pretty big changes for the future.
Here's a couple. Jones West Ford, Sierra Air, Heritage Bank of Nevada were all family-run businesses that have recently changed hands.
Well, the Great Basin Brewery has recently changed hands as well. And the new owner is a local too. And he is excited about the future, but is just as excited to build on the wisdom of the original owners, Tom and Vonda Young.
That's right. And tonight we take a look at what makes for a good transition when moving a business from one generation to another. Have a look.
The Great Basin Brewery began production 28 years ago. Fueled by the dreams and energy of Tom and Vonda Young, they named their first Brewmaster Special the Ichthyosaur. We all know it as the Icky.
I was attending bar one time, and this young lady comes up and says, "Excuse me, sir, could you please give me an itchy?" I go, "Ooh, no." No. So we had to change the name and shorten it for those who are paleontologically challenged to Icky.
You see, before Tom helped change the brewing laws in this state and began the Great Basin Brewery, he had another career.
I was a geologist for many, many years. Would love that job.
And like the ichthyosaurs that used to roam the Great Basin, the Great Basin Brewery has grown and grown and grown. But
I mean, you get to a certain age and you think it's probably a good idea to move on or pass the reins off.
he couldn't trust the future of his dream to just anyone, because the Great Basin Brewery is far more than just a brewery.
We had a better chance with somebody who's local and really understood our community and might carry on our community interests in beer.
Enter Mark Estey and the local food group.
We saw how our businesses aligned, the cultures aligned, and now you have, craft beer and local food really merging together. So it gives us a little bit of a leg up, if you will, because we can add a little something to our beers, add a little something to our food, now that both of those have merged together. So by bringing them together, if we keep that same culture, learning, caring, respect, passing information from generation to generation to generation, that really becomes the key.
And the local food group respects the foundation that has been laid as it plans for the future.
We have learned so much from Tom and Vonda, from how best to run a restaurant group, how best to run a brewery. So we retain them to help us as consultants, as founders. Tom's goal is in 20 years to come back in here, hoist a pint of Icky, have it taste exactly the same. It'd be absolutely amazing, and have the restaurant group be even bigger and more beer being sold.
It has been an adjustment for Tom.
It's always a little hard. I love Great Basin. I still love what I do. Yes, it is hard sometimes too. I went to the office the other day and I looked around and I go, wait a minute, the wastebasket goes over there, not over here. And, you got to get over the little things. But the big things are that the beer is going to stay true to the whole aspect. We're going to brew exciting, aggressive, fun beers that reflect the pioneering spirit of our region.
You see, he has set forth his rules.
Well, first of all, I don't want them to screw up the Icky recipe. And it's really important to me. I just can't let that happen.
Mark heard that loud and clear.
Whatever you do, don't screw up the Icky.
So they're building on knowledge and wisdom.
Absolutely. Right from the get-go, we knew taking what Tom and Vonda have started and worked on for 28 years, and then adding the things that we do to it, but giving them the nod of understanding what they've taught us and we've learned from them. Why break something apart to realize that it wasn't broken at the beginning? It's been an honor and it's a privilege to be able to carry on Great Basin. We really want to pay homage and honor Tom and Vonda for all the work they've done. And we have a 30th year anniversary coming up here pretty soon. We just really want to honor them and keep this brand going for the next 30 years.
Even more important than the Icky is to Tom are the people, the staff, and the community he's touched. He calls his past employees Basin Buddies, and he says many who came to work for a summer stayed for years.
All the past staff members that have worked for Great Basin, we hope we've touched their lives in a positive way, and it's been fun. But it's been so much fun to be a part of lots of people's lives, and to me, that's a gift that you're always going to be forever thankful for.
And we'll be thankful for the Icky.
There's even more to this story. You're not going to believe how Tom Young's other hobby, which is being a geologist, has played a role in this new endeavor.
And you know what? We're going to tell you all about that part of the deal next week on Aging and Awesome.